Hey, it's Soul, and welcome back to another episode of Warcraft Weekly, the show that is, well, it's okay compared to other shows, it's fine. And as always, we are joined by our whimsical, genderless, woefully unattractive co-host, Bob. How's it shaking, Bob?
What?
Dude, that was... What'd you do, Bob?
Nothing? How was I in a gamer's body?
Yeah, and for a hot second, I was inside Taliesin's, Actually, wow. I smell really good. Hi! Haha. We're at day 11 of our vitamin D deficient dystopian nightmare, and my brain is slowly being consumed by this thing on top of my head, but the WoW train keeps chugging along, at least, in the secret encrypted form. Keeping it together, though, are our incredible Twitch subscribers and patrons, including newcomers Julian and Dave. We're all trying to stick together and keep our spirits up during these unquestionably difficult times, so thanks to all of you for keeping things positive. So where's the f***ing alpha?
Right here all this time. You don't know what you've been missing.
That's not even WoW, that's anime.
Yeah, the goat of anime.
Some of you made the right decision to not hop aboard the roller coaster of emotion that is when is the alpha train. I, on the other hand, am kind of chained to the seat. It's been this whole loop of, hey, maybe it'll be next week. Oh, someone said that they heard from someone who knows someone at Blizzard that, it might be soon. No? Oh, maybe this. Maybe not. There's no sense giving up hope. Shadowlands is a question of when and not if. As for the alpha, though, well, clearly it's been a different story. So I'm going to try this approach instead. There's no way that the alpha is going to start next week. That would be like the worst time for it to start because, it's just a bad time to do it. Blizzard, just don't. In fact, here we go. If the alpha goes public anytime next week, between this coming Sunday and Saturday, end of day, playable or not, I will shave off this entire 14-year investment. Your move, Blizzard. New items have been added to the Blizzard gear store to bring new life into the home that you might be stuck in for the foreseeable future. This time around, it's the faction leadership on display. High-quality prints of Anduin and Sylvanas are available in different sizes, including frame options. You could also go for the bundle, which features them on their own 20 by 30 canvas, so you can hang them on your ceiling and let them stare down at you with utter disapproval. Oh, you let me down, champion, ho-ho! Also available, some very affordable statues of the faction leaders, compared to the previously released super high quality statues. We've got Sylvanas in her almost banshee form, and long-haired Anduin with his stuffed water elemental. It's his favorite for sure. I never picked up the larger statues because one, they're like hella big, and two, I had to choose between that and a few weeks worth of coffee, and well, that's a no-brainer. But these are worth considering. Also recently posted on Amazon is yet another incoming book from the warped minds of Blizzard's writers. In a twist that's likely to both excite and infuriate fans, a number of memorable quests and quest lines from the World of Warcraft MMO are going to be reimagined into a compilation of short-form stories. What's more, they're gonna come from the perspective of, guess who? You. Sort of, The champion of Azeroth will play his or her role, whether it's a Death Knight, or a warrior, or any of the other classes in between. So there will be at least 11 or so stories with, warlocks somewhere on the side, I'm sure. This sounds sort of horrifying and exciting at the same time. There are thousands upon thousands of quests in WoW, many of which are pretty memorable. A link to the announcement video is below, which includes an excerpt by one of the book's writers, so yes, there's going to be an audiobook version of it too. So we could see a retelling of epic moments like demon hunters fighting to clear the vault of the wardens, or helping Anduin secure the Divine Bell, or picking up bear poop in Outland, killing boars, wolves, slimes, kobolds, fellhounds, or, finding squirrels and gathering nuts. I think this is a really cool twist, maybe a throat punch, when you consider complaints from fans who prefer that Blizzard not tell their stories on different mediums and instead tell these stories in-game. Blizzard's answer to that is outright defiance, though. But I think it'll be fascinating to take these quests that we normally digest in just a few minutes and convert them into something long form. So feel free to check out the links below and tell me what you think. April Fool's Day took place this week, a time of whimsy and deception, which comes during a time when we could use plenty of whimsy, but less deception and more reassurance. Nonetheless, Blizzard took part in their yearly tradition of puns and a little bit of self-roasting in their yearly April Fool's patch notes. Favorite lines for me personally included the Mother's Day micro-holiday, Mechatorin, which I'm really sad that there's no example of, and that Warrior's heroic leap ends in a pirouette. By the way, that is a pirouette. Sadly though, that was it. There was no goofy trailer, no molten core game. Not exactly the quality or effort that we're accustomed to, even though there are plenty of excuses that can be used. On the other hand, Wowhead went deep on their April Fools with a few outright deceptive and convincing pranks that left fans fooled for up to several long-ass minutes before remembering, oh, it's fake. It sure didn't look fake though. Convincing models, a few tweets, and the fact that it's harder to remember what day it is these days sold a story that there really would be a patch 8.3.5 with neck and weapon transmog, rocket board mounts, and some hentai stuff. Not everyone took this well though. Some fans got outright upset over it, calling the Wowhead team out for showing bad taste. It was sort of like Wowhead reminding us of BFA's shortcomings even more by featuring these fan-made implementations that aren't just convincing, but something that you would figure Blizzard should have done. As for how I felt, my immediate reaction summed up to 1, hey, that's really well done. 2, this sort of rubs me the wrong way, and 3, quit being a bitch and just get over it. So I'm at 3, but let's talk about this a little bit more. The difference between Blizzard's and Wowhead's jokes is the difference between a parody and a prank, both of which are perfectly okay, alright? From the usual fake patch notes to the molten core game to that built-in gear score gag from that one year, they're ridiculous. But of course consider that Pandaren started off as an April Fool's joke too. Wowhead's joke from last year included the idea of Alliance Forsaken, speculation brought to life. Wowhead's joke this year, well, it was things that we would argue should have been brought to life. Except for the surfboards, that was just, ridiculous and kind of cool. For the people who did get upset over it, I get it. But we're also over it, the holiday's over, and for me to bring it up days later is nothing more than testament over how light this week's news has been, because that's it, that's everything. And you can't say that I didn't try. Over on the Horrific Vision front, progress is continuing, and I'm working on the second half of this whole project, but I got to thinking about patch 8.3, like as in right now, a snapshot of the state of WoW. It takes some mental gymnastics for me to say this, but I think that WoW in its current form is, well, 1, it's very close to what we can expect in Shadowlands, and 2, I think it's some of the best the game has been in years.
Wait, what?
This claim is ludicrous, full stop, but I'm going to try to talk about this at length next week. In the meantime, though, I would like to get some feedback from you viewers at home and on the toilet. What do you think of Battle for Azeroth as it is right now? This very moment, where artifact power is pretty much a non-issue, essences are extremely accessible on alts, and there is a plethora of group and solo content available. Put that stuff in a comment below, and, let's get to the outro. I want to thank you all for making it to the end of today's weekly. Also, a big thanks to Taliesin for his last-minute contribution to today's gag, and Bob for being a sport, I guess. I hope you enjoyed the jokes, and we'll see you next week. And Blizzard, please don't make me shave my beard. So until then, folks, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.